Hey y'all, this is question 3 from your quiz 3 study guide. Our question reads, a skier accelerates from rest at a constant rate of 2.6 meters per second squared. For part A, we have how fast are they going after 7 seconds, and part B, how far have they traveled in 7 seconds. So first up, we want to figure out what variables we have to work with. So our skier accelerates from rest. So when we know when something's starting from rest, our initial velocity is 0 meters per second. And then accelerates at a constant rate of 2.6 meters per second squared. So that's our acceleration. And then in part A, we're given the time of 7 seconds. We want to know how fast they're going after something's occurred. So we are wanting to solve for our final velocity. All right. So now we want to look for a formula on our formula sheet that has these variables in it. We want to work with initial velocity, acceleration, time, and final velocity. There's a couple formulas that actually work. I personally am going to pick the formula that is VF equals VI plus acceleration times time, because it's easy to work with compared to the other formula. So now we can just plug in what we know. So we want to solve for VF, so we're going to leave that alone and just write in the VF. And then our initial velocity was 0 meters per second plus 2.6 for our acceleration times our time of 7 seconds. So now we can just multiply this 2.6 times the 7. And when we do that, we're going to get a final velocity of 18.2 meters per second. All right, so that's part A. Now for part B, we want to know how far they've traveled in 7 seconds. So again, we're talking about how far something's going. We're talking about distance. So we want a formula now with distance in it. And we have all the other variables. So there are actually 2 formulas that will work. There's VF squared equals VI squared plus 2 times our acceleration times our distance. And then there's a distance formula of distance equals VI times t plus 1/2 AT squared. I personally am going to pick this second one because it's already set up to solve for distance, and I don't have these 2 things that are square that make things extra kind of annoying to work with. But technically, if done correctly, both of these formulas will get the same answer, right? But again, I'm going to pick the second one that I wrote here. So distance equals our initial velocity of 0 times our time of 7 seconds plus 1/2 times our acceleration of 2.6 times our time of 7 seconds again, and that is squared. And it's just the 7 that's squared, not the rest of this. Okay. So now we can solve 0 times anything is 0, so we don't even have to bother with this. And then we're just left with this 1/2 times 2.6 times 7 squared. And when we type that in the calculator, we're going to get 63.7. And that is our distance. And our unit for distance is meters, so we want to make sure we include that unit on there as well. So that's your answer for number 2.